Going into the bye, sitting second on the ladder, I'll drink to that. Play the intro.
Collingwood win their greatest ever margin as Collingwood unleashed here.
So I think Collingwood will win by 28 points. Cox will get 4 goals, Thomas will get 3, and Sire is going to outdo his personal best and get 10 tackles this game. So again, nothing I predicted came true. Of course, I'm not Nostradamus, but Sire had 9 tackles. I was so close, 1 off. I'll go again in a couple of weeks, make those predictions, hopefully get. I don't think I'm going to do 3 big calls anymore. Too much variables. 1 big call, 1 overall prediction. Fingers crossed I get something right. So from the get-go, you got the feeling that the Pies were here to play. They came out strong, started to go in the middle, mainly because of our great forward line that we had. Cox coming back in, Hoskin Elliott, Myercheck, Stevenson, and Thomas as well in there. So yeah, Degoe started in the middle, got the first clearance, Melbourne fumbled the ball. Degoe grabbed the ball, kicked it long, straight to Stevenson. He missed, but the intent was there and the game was on. So at the start of the game, our forward line pressure was immense. That smother from Steele and that smother from Varco crept up on him like a librarian. Not as good as a Heath Shaw smother, but I'm still going to use that phrase anyway. So all that forward 50 pressure, coupled with the constant inside 50s, had the D's defence in shock and awe. Sure, again, we didn't get the scoreboard pressure like we wanted. Our inaccuracy is a really big problem, but it looked like we finally switched on. Stevenson, on fire at the start. Well, not even at the start, just throughout the game, but that first quarter, a couple marks inside 50. Yes, he kicked a couple behinds, kicked a good goal, and he was our most dynamic forward of the game. We went into that first quarter only with a 15-point lead, and it doesn't do us justice because of, again, this inaccuracy and this lack of scoreboard pressure. The second quarter saw the Demons put up a bit more of a fight. They chopped the lead back to 9 points before Grundy got a free kick, well, a contentious free kick, and converted, and we were back up again. We came into halftime with a 21-point lead, and the rest of the game is pretty much history. We kicked 9 goals straight in that second half. No behinds, no rush behinds, which is unbelievable after kicking 6 goals 8 for the first half. And obviously we won by 41 points. Nice, I wouldn't say comfortable win, but comfortable enough, I guess. A stat that I found very interesting was that Melbourne had 17 more clearances and 2 more inside 50s for the game. Usually clearances mean a more dominant performance. You know, you get it out of the centre, you get it out of the ruck, you get it out of stoppages around the ground. And obviously you've got first hands to the ball, so you've got the whole field to work with. But I think that just says more about Collingwood and a testament to them, how they played and how we played without the ball as well. Because we did out-tackle them 70-54 for the game. That's where that perceived pressure and then that real pressure helps us. It also helps that Melbourne just couldn't use the ball when they had it in their hands, and their kicking at goal and disposal efficiency throughout the ground was atrocious, to put it bluntly. As a stark contrast to last week's performance, there was a lot to like about Monday's game. Namely, Stevenson's dominance in that forward line. I talked about him previously, but how good is it to see, you know? At the start of the year, the first few games, they were experimenting, you know, they put him a little bit up forward. I think they played him off the half back or down the back somewhere. And he's just a stay-at-home forward. He plays in the goal square. He leads out of that goal square, even though we have Cox, even though we have Myercheck in there as well. And it just works for us. He can take a really good mark, and he plays taller than he should. And talking about marks, lame segue, what about that screamer? Wowee, the spaceman himself, out of this world.
It just needs to nail this one.
Look at Cox in the background there going, woo!
Sire back in the team. Finally been saying it for weeks. And what a different team we look like with him in the middle of the park. He brings that grunt and that desperation for the footy to his game, and it just elevates the team in general. 23 disposals, 9 tackles, like I said, phenomenal, equaled his personal best, and it was game high as well. Adam Treloar's game was also really good. Sure, you know, I've been saying it for ages, he can still improve. Disposal efficiency isn't up to standard. I think he went at about 59% or something. But in saying that, his link-up play is literally second to none. He gets those quick-fire handballs out, and it's just such a joy to watch. And that running goal after the set of bounce was just magnificent, you know. It was the spark that we needed in that quarter anyway. And he was rightfully awarded the Neil Danaher Trophy. Just quickly as well, I want to touch on Myercheck. I was so wrong in saying that he should be dropped. After seeing his game, I purposely watched more for him with the ball and without the ball, And he's just such a tireless worker, isn't he? He's so quick, so versatile. He does make wrong decisions sometimes, but that just comes with more exposure to first team footy, and I don't see him now getting out of the team. I don't even see Reid coming back into the team, because I did like Cox's game as well, but this little thing's about my check. So there's still a lot of things to improve going forward, and this game by no means, deters from the fact that we have had a poor month or poor 5 weeks. Disposal efficiency is a must. Really got to crack down on it. Better decision making, and I can't stress enough this goal kicking, this scoreboard pressure. One day it's going to come haunt us. I guess it kind of haunted us, that Freo game, that West Coast game, even the Geelong game. All our losses were because of this scoreboard pressure. Have to tighten up that, but the bye couldn't come at a better time. So my Swoop votes: 1 vote, Steele. Has been really quiet recently, but Monday's game really showed us how great of a player he can be. Laid 6 tackles, 4 clearances, 27 disposals. He kind of played off that half back. Well, that's where he gained most of his disposals anyway. Such a good user of the football. Went up forward, kicked that amazing snap, acute angle, and that was good to see as well. 2 votes, of course, Adam Treloar. Neil Danaher Trophy. 34 disposals, 5 inside 50s, and just his link-up play. Like I said, second to none. 3 votes has to go to my boy Stevenson. Just tried all day. Clunking him from everywhere. That mark was spectacular. Kicked 3 goals. 3 could have kicked. I reckon he could have ended with 7 goals if he had kicked straight. But that comes with just, practicing, I guess. Well, not I guess. There's nothing else you can do bar practice. He is our most dynamic forward. He kind of reminds me of Elliott when Elliott was in that, that prime. Elliott was a tall marking forward without being tall. And I feel like that's what Stevenson is. So yeah, he gets my 3 votes for the game. We are now 1 game clear in 2nd spot and 2 games clear of 5th spot. Nice cushion, but Geelong are the pinnacle. They're what we have to achieve to get better than this season. This game was a stepping stone in the right direction. We're getting everything right, and it's insane to say that after just 1 week of a loss. But the loss really did kick us in the pants when we needed it after a poor, 4 or 5 weeks. We know where we need to be, and we know how to get there. We're a great team, we're a good team, and the second half of the season won't know what hit them. Like I just alluded to, the bye came at a perfect time. Imagine this team with Elliott back in and Adams back in, and we might not see Beams till the end of the season-ish, finals, but even Adams and Elliott just adds another dynamic to this team. My mind's being blown with just Adams and Sire in that middle. Both grunt, both mongrels. I can't wait, I'm so excited. So as there's no game this week, there's no preview video coming up, there's no review video coming up. I'm going to do a best 22 video, and I'll more than likely do a mid-season review. But if you got any video ideas or you want to hear me talk about anything, sound off in the comments or on my Twitter @SwoopLuke or on my Instagram @SwoopLuke or on all the Collingwood community Facebook pages that I post on. But in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and I'll swoop you later.